All right, we're live. We're back at it. I think we've had 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off. So we're back at it. I can have stories of comic booking with our good friend Brian McClay in Arizona. I got pickups. We're going to talk about Daredevil. We're going to talk about Thunderbolts. We're going to talk about other stuff. So there we go. And we're going to start. Let's go. I do have to announce it was a day of mourning in Detroit today. So,
yeah.
Sad days. Sad days.
I haven't rooted that hard for a team that's not mine in a while.
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh, 100%, especially after the morning. Yeah. I had two I had two hopes I woke up to, and they both fucking failed me. So
like I saw Chris in the green room, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are going to Disney World in 2 weeks. So sure it's gonna be great.
Yeah, that was tough, man. Well, the comeback was the tough part.
No,
well, it was
the Niners aren't the comeback team. Not that they don't have talent, but
yeah. CMC's a beast. I mean, but at the end of the day, like the off the face mask kind of catch, and then we didn't make it on fourth down, and then he fumbles. Gibbs fumbles the ball, which he never fumbles the ball. It's just
no. You guys look like you were fucking monsters for a half, and then the second half you were kittens.
The magic ran out. So
yeah, and so did or you just go up 2 scores when you can, things like that.
Well, I thought I kind of put it as like a 2-goal hockey lead. It's never safe. Like, you're up 2 goals, you think you got it in the bag, and then
takes a second.
Well, 10 points is better than 7. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 13 is better than both.
Yeah.
But
we'll talk about that later
because he's been doing it all year. Playing you got to put your foot on their neck. Just didn't work out.
Yeah, and it's like So I saw a stat today. It was we went for it and we converted 75% of the time during a regular season, and the kicker only made from longer distance like 48% of his kicks. So theoretically, it's the right move to play.
Yeah,
I mean, absolutely.
Sure. Theoretically.
Hey, you at least had a playoff run, man.
Yeah, and we're built. I think we're built to win in the future too. It's not like one of those one-off things. I think we can hopefully control the division if Green Bay.
The rest of them the Bears look like dog do, and so do the Vikings. So I mean, really, as long as the Packers stay, mediocre, you're good for a minute.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. I'm just kind of go in order unless somebody tells me not to go in order. So this came out of I think this is toys, right, Chris? Came out of a toy.
I believe so. Yeah.
So this is the new Captain America / Captain America Falcon new costume. So.
It's been so long, I don't even remember the old costume.
It was very similar to comic book portrayal of Falcon. It was very, very foamish, very bulky. Looked like something out of like a 90s like superhero film.
Okay, so they've kind of made it more look traditional Cap.
Yeah, a little more streamlined, more Cap. A lot more blue and red and white versus a lot of white with a little bit of red and blue.
Why didn't he have the big chest like Liefeld's drawings?
Yeah, so it's a little less like mechanical looking.
Yeah, because that first one was definitely not great.
Yeah, and because the wings aren't real, you know what I mean. So there's got to be some tech under there.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's also filled out his uniform a bit more in 2 years.
Lots of push-ups.
Yeah, it was just
not that he was small, but
people can remember. Was this one right? This style?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was more of what the original was with the weird headgear tied to the goggles, and just not great. So this is more in that vein of Sam Wilson, Captain America, the red, white, and blue. Because I'm looking at some comic book images from that era, and it was a lot blue heavy versus what we ended up with in that first showing.
Yeah, a lot more Cap-like, I think. Yeah. I think I like it better, but I think it did make sense. Like I said, more maybe because of the tech. Look at those wings.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, like, they seem to always, like, need to go to figure out Cap's, like, uniform. Like, the very first, I was not a fan of, I was a fan of World War II era Cap uniform. first Avenger Cap uniform, which is weird as shit. Like that's my least favorite. I hated that costume personally. So then it always takes them a little time to kind of get that one dialed in, per se.
Yeah.
It's just
because it's got to look more realistic than it not, but it's a tough one.
Yeah. Like it was all one continuous piece. So yeah, that top right corner image was the one from Avengers era, and it was like the weird all one piece was not great. So
that was goofy.
Yeah, and they never did it again. They're like, we got to separate the helmet from the suit, and
that helmet definitely bothered me.
Yeah,
and then kind of improved a bit.
Yeah, it is what it is. So that was from the toy. So I mean, that's we all know Marvel Toys likes to leak a lot of good stuff. So
yeah, they're already spoiling stuff.
Generally,
yeah. I'll throw this next because I just want to get this out of the way. So we talked about it a couple of shows ago. Obviously, with Steamboat Willie being a non-copyrighted, going into public domain, it was only a matter of time, and Tyler Kirkham did a final boss kind of.
Oh, just in time for Orlando, right?
Yep,
it's got to be. That's
it. MegaCon.
Oh, he says it right there. Okay. Final boss MegaCon. It was coming.
So I don't know if this sold. I don't know. Did you go to MegaCon? Did anybody go to MegaCon? Anybody? Nobody.
It's this weekend.
Oh, it's this weekend. Okay. I'm sure it'll sell out instantly and be up for like $8,000.
I bet I know a streaming site. You'll be able to find it. I'm just saying.
Immediately.
Probably already.
Yeah, well, probably.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah,
I just went to the well a lot. To be honest, I like those what they call them, not blood splattered, but battle variants or whatever the hell.
Yeah, the battle variants.
Damage.
Yeah, they were. To be honest, they were. The first like 3 were good, and then he started doing it for everyone, and then he did it for his own final boss, which literally nobody read.
Yeah.
It just basically was made, which sucks for the people that only basically got whatnot variants out of their own like passion projects. So I don't know, but yeah,
it was bound to happen. I mean, we all.
So are we gonna see Winnie the Pooh versus Mickey in one?
Do you poo versus Steamboat?
I mean, it's quite possible that is a Do You Poo cover that's on its way.
Oh,
so.
Yeah. There's probably a Pooh cover.
Yeah, you can't copy Steamboat Willie. Yeah, but not Mickey.
Yeah.
It's so different, right?
It's we know what he is, though.
Yeah, we know. We had to remind you.
I'm not arguing at a bar over this one. If somebody tells me that's Mickey Mouse.
Next on our plate is little Daredevil sightings. So obviously they're filming together. Obviously the news, I think it was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago we talked about them bringing them back on. So this photograph.
Good. It was just going to be weird without some explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of the funny things though that people have been saying in context of that is they're like there was a couple of like talking heads on the internet being like, oh well, I mean, people are getting up in arms about those two characters not coming back. They're like, first off, like they need to kind of change up how like what role each one of them plays relative because they kind of played the same role of the wet blanket. Mm-hmm. So they're like, they got to fix that element of it. Also, like spoiler alert, Karen dies. like Karen dies in Born Again, so it's like you might not want to get too attached. So
yeah, fair.
Good stuff.
So. Another one we forgot about though is there's been white tiger spottings as well. Set photos.
Really?
Yep. Let me see if I can find it real fast. But there was a.
Oh shit! I don't know if I have any of those floating around anymore.
Yeah, here. Let me drop this one in. If I can just grab the image. Yeah, I got one. So coming your way now in the private chat. Yeah, I mean, it looks very like Halloween costume-esque, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's I mean, you don't get to see the front, but
Yeah, it looks like he's got clown shoes on, dude.
I mean, they'll definitely fix that in like post. Like they'll definitely CGI that up, or probably put a scene you probably don't see anything past the shin. Realistically,
You think people in New York are walking by and go, like, what the fuck are y'all doing, man?
It's a regular day in New York, man.
well, are they filming in location? Because I'm pretty sure they're in Atlanta.
Oh, they're in Atlanta?
Yeah, and we don't even question it anymore. Like, I mean, legitimately, people like I remember like friends of mine driving down the street being like, "Oh, I just saw Thor and Loki talking to each other, like having a sandwich on the corner of like Atlanta Station."
Cool.
I was like, yeah, they're filming right now." They're like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like friends of mine who weren't into like the films, like were like, "Oh man, I just saw Loki and Thor," because they straight up had them sitting like just playing his day out in the public eating sandwiches from craft services, and people were like, "I got a bunch of pictures of them hanging out." So.
I guess you've told me before, Chris, why have they chosen Atlanta to do the majority of their
tax
shooting?
breaks, my friend? Tax breaks out the wazoo. So all the other states that had them kind of pulled them back. So if you need any town America type of Americana, there's a bunch of random cities, all not just Atlanta, but a bunch of cities all over the state of Georgia that have been subbed in as everywhere from New York to, the Midwest to hell. There was a Jamie Foxx movie about vampires that they shot here that they just CGI'd in a bunch of sand to make it look like the deserts outside of Los Angeles. Like they truly use this place for everything. If you need something that's jungle, they take it down to Louisiana. But yeah, it's basically about the tax breaks, and the states that offer them still are us, Louisiana, and I think that's really about it at this point. Because North Carolina pulled theirs, Florida pulled theirs,
Michigan pulled theirs, I think too.
Yeah, so it's very limited, and like so, big companies have put a lot of money into building studios here. Like I live basically walking distance from Scream Gym Studios here in Atlanta. They're building a new NBC studio. Tyler Perry has his monstrosity. So it's just there's money to be made here, and so they're so ingrained in the community now that it's not going anywhere.
Kyle L says he's in NYC and they're filming in Hell's Kitchen, I guess. They're filming here, maybe.
Yeah, I mean they've got to do some scenes in certain spots, but they don't have to do a lot of it there.
Yeah.
Okay. That. Little Family Griffin Roadhouse. Okay, so I don't care about the boycotting spot, but for me, it's Roadhouse is being bypassed in the theaters for a Prime streaming release, which is interesting in itself. I thought this was going to go to the theaters myself. I thought I would go see it in the theaters, right? Big screen, a bunch of roundhouse kicks to people.
A lot of people have said Doug Lyman kind of like this may be a ruse where he says he's mad at the studio for not releasing it in theater and just to get a buzz about it, and then ultimately they do a theater release, because everybody said that he did an op-ed saying like this is some of his best stuff and he can't believe it. And I mean, you've got Conor McGregor in there. He's a polarizing figure for fighting. Just him being in there would get a lot of traction from a lot of fighters. The fighting fans or whatever. I don't know. It seems like it should go to the theater.
I mean, like McGregor I saw the trailer. McGregor looks like a complete psychopath.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It looks like theater worthy.
Yeah, absolutely. He plays a bigger asshole version of himself.
Yeah.
Right. That's really all it is.
I mean, if the
people actually want to see that, people
if Beekeeper's doing well, I don't know why this couldn't.
Yeah. Well, and the thing too is like I understand that Prime's trying to get victory, right? Reacher, like probably their most watched thing, The Boys, all that Gen Z, all that stuff. It's
like, they can still have it afterwards.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll get the pop in the numbers,
Yeah, I mean, I'm truly.
But they're not selling memberships, are they?
They're going to start charging us for fucking TV.
You're going for ads. I thought it was $5 in the new year without you don't get ads.
Okay, well, I mean, but still.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Look at your brother. There's only one Roadhouse. It's right.
I agree. I was going to say I almost wish they wouldn't call it Roadhouse. I mean, I get that it's a sort of same story, but you could have done this movie and not called it Roadhouse.
But what's weird is the club that girl wants to hire Jake Gyllenhaal's character. They call it the Roadhouse. It's not like the Double Deuce
Yeah.
that Swayze was. And I always thought it was trippy. He goes, "I'm a cooler." I've never heard anybody say that. I live in Texas, and like I got a bunch of friends who are bouncers, but like never once have them been called a cooler.
That is
You
a
know?
very.
So I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a dated term. Like I think it's got origins in like Britain. Like it is a real old fucking term for a bouncer. Like if you read like old British literature, like the concept of coolers pops up. So,
Okay.
Yeah, like nobody in the States ever used that term. So wait a minute, where's Doug Liman from?
God, what did he direct? He did. Oh my God, I was watching John Campia, and they were
Edge of
going
Tomorrow.
off on this.
Edge
Yeah.
of Tomorrow, or Born Identity, 2002, American Made, Mr. and Mrs. Smith way back in the day.
Yeah, so the person who wrote the book or wrote the screenplay is Canadian. So that would explain potentially using terminology like that.
But the original one used the term cooler.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the original one used the term cooler because I'm pretty sure it was written by somebody from, Great Britain and Canada. So,
yeah.
All right, it looks good. It's disappointing that
poor Jake, man. The guy had to stay in shape for like 3 extra months because of like the
red
missing
strike.
the UFC event that he was going to film at,
Mm-hmm.
and then had to stay in shape for another one, and now it isn't even going to fucking the theaters.
I mean, but they knew that when they started filming. Like when this guy greenlit, like Amazon Studios, who had just purchased MGM, like it was. So it's like, I mean, you might be right, Hood, because like they knew what this was when it got greenlit. Like if you didn't want to do that, then you probably shouldn't have. You shouldn't have stuck around, because again, like looking at the timeline of this thing, like it originally was supposed to be started development back in 2013 with Rob Cohen directing, and it was supposed to be Ronda Rousey at that point. And then by 2021, Gyllenhaal had jumped on, and Lyman was, directing, and then it got greenlit by Amazon Studios. So when you heard Amazon Studios picked it up, if you really were worried about that shit, you probably should have bowed out at that point. Like you can't be like, oh, Amazon put all the money up. It wasn't like it was it's not like the Fox Disney scenario where it was like it was a Fox thing and then the acquisition happened. It was like, no, like this movie was greenlit by a streaming service. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? Like they're going to put it in theaters. You're not Oscar caliber, so there's no justification to put you in theaters.
Yeah, well, the thing too is I don't know if Ronda Rousey, like going back, I think it was like an old WWE movie. I don't know how well that would have went. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal's such a great method actor. Like you're gonna get the most out of this character. Like he really got ripped for this part, and he did a boxing movie too, where he just really.
Oh yeah, that was intense.
Yeah, Southpaw was pretty awesome. So, like, he's just a hell of an actor. For the life of me, I can't believe that he's cool with this going straight to Amazon, and that's the biggest thing with Scarlett Johansson. She had it in writing that it would have been that it goes to the theaters first before streaming.
Well, maybe though he got his payday on the deal. There were no big back end parts.
Yeah, I mean, I think it absolutely means that he either got paid decent money up front. I'm looking at like trying to see producer credits or anything like that, and it doesn't look like he has any. I mean, he's probably got something on it.
He's been taking those Hulk Hogan vitamins. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, man, if I got ripped like that, I'd probably have about 3 more kids, man. You know?
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he probably got paid decently well to do this. I mean, he may have some back end point credits on it. I mean, as long as the check clears, I don't think Jake Gyllenhaal really cares at this point.
I don't think he needs the money. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
No, he probably didn't set it up as a back end deal, so he's like, whatever. If he signed up with Amazon, he probably knew enough going in. But
they gave him some of that Amazon stock, man.
It's just a little disappointing for us. They were like, I probably would have thought about going.
Well, it's not a done deal yet, right? So
it's pretty much done.
No, it's a done deal. Like it. Yeah,
like it's not going to get any kind. March 21st.
Yeah,
March 21st, Prime Video. Like they like all the promotion for it is available March 21st on Prime Video. So it's game over.
Yeah.
I mean, it got shown at South by Southwest, so I mean, if it was, I mean, it's Roadhouse. Let's be real about it. But
it's going to be Oscar nominated.
Yeah, like that's enough for you to get an Oscar nod. Like being shown at South by Southwest is enough for you to get an Oscar nod.
I mean,
I guess in one theater.
There probably isn't enough money in Amazon to care because I mean, again, like we're talking, the state the movie is making, it's number one in the country and it made like 40 million or something stupid. Not that much. So it's not like they're throwing away a bunch of money to not have it in the theater. The limit is low on how well it can do as a a rated R action movie.
New news of Supergirl.
I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna get a refill.
I got you. Yeah. Is Woman of Steel is House of Dragons Millie Alcock. So
I'm excited about this. I mean, she held her own during that first half of the season. So.
I didn't watch. I'm a loser. I didn't watch Game of Thrones or House of Dragon or any of that crap. So I don't know. But yeah, I trust your opinion. Obviously,
no, she's solid. I mean, I'm excited to see. I mean, she's in that right age where she can do this for a while. I mean, there was another actress. There's another two actors that people were really like. I think more from a look perspective, were really, really like geeked about. But I mean, she can be blonde. I mean, it is what it is, and I think she's a solid actress. So I'm excited about it.
No, is she going to do a movie? Is she doing a movie for it, or is she doing a TV series? Or?
So she is doing her first appearance will be in Superman Legacy. So that movie's about to be stacked. I mean, her, Mr. Fantastic, was it Metamorpho? I lost track of how many people are so far confirmed to be in that movie.
Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl, all these people.
Yeah, I mean it is. I mean, it's cool to have a movie where it's like the world already has superheroes, so get in where you fit in, Superman. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting concept to even have her in there at that point because, I mean, he's not super. He won't be up in like really high in age enough to be giving her the guidance as his younger cousin, who technically is older than him, but got sidetracked on her route to Earth. For anybody who knows that version of the story, I don't know, but I mean, I'm excited about it. But yeah, that movie's going to be jammed the fuck pack. So
maybe actually get a win finally out of fucking DC movies.
Yeah, and I mean, in House of Dragons, the only thing I can really think of that I've seen her in.
That's it for me too.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it enough to where even though she was young, I was prepared to go the distance until they fucking flipped on us after like 4 episodes or something, and had the time jump. Yeah. So I was a little bit like, oh man, come on. And then
I don't know House of Dragon. She's an Australian actress, so maybe this shit's all from Australia. I don't really know.
They all are. They don't find anybody new over here anymore. But so yeah, just did enjoy that. The time jump thing was cool. So I'm glad she gets a role like this and something that she can grow into, even though I mean, they had her look like a kid and she did, but I think she is like in her 20s.
She's 23.
Early 20s. Yeah. I'm not sure. She just looks young.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it works for the character because, I mean, again, you get the Tom Holland scenario where it's like you're not 3 movies in and the actor now says crow's feet. Like you're like, this isn't a convincing person to have the title of Supergirl anymore. So yeah.
I don't know much about what's going on with Thunderbolts, but we got 2 great pickups.
Yeah. So Io Iberi had to depart due to scheduling conflict, so that actress is taking over her place. Geraldine, and that's the same actress from what was she in? She was in Never Have I Ever, I think is what she was in. Yeah. Which is actually, she's really funny. So I mean, I'm not sure if she's playing a comedic role or not. But yeah, I mean, I assume if she's taking over for her, who started her career as a stand-up comedian, I would assume that this is a comedic role. So I'm excited to see how it plays.
And then this is everybody else using the casting right now. So
yeah. Well, and then there's, our headline news. So,
Yeah, I mean that's a cast.
Yeah.
They're coming back to work hard with some of these characters. I have to say. So I mean, Thunderbolts. It's just interesting me. Florence Pugh's character is probably the one I enjoy the most, and
Mhm.
currently still in Marvel, basically.
yeah.
She's probably the most entertaining of any of them. So
I feel like
Except
part of the
Helmsworth.
reason. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Except Helmsworth.
Yeah.
He's not officially.
yeah, try. Yeah, I'm not ready, I guess, to put over Hemsworth, but she's pretty high up there. It makes me laugh.
Yeah, and I feel like that's part of the reason why we're getting a little bit of a rush job on season 3 of season 3 of What If. It's because season 3 will actually have Captain America Falcon in it. It's got Red Guardian coming back in it. I think they're like, we need to remind these people of who the hell these characters are for the sake of a movie coming out early next year, because Thunderbolts is early next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There just doesn't feel like there's much out there that I don't know. I watched Echo, it was fine, but it's like it doesn't feel like there's anything that's like I gotta watch that coming up.
I thought Echo was. I watched it on a plane. I thought it was okay. I mean, I know people were hating on the powers, but I thought it was good. It's July 25th, 25.
It was fine.
Yeah.
That's all it gets. It was
It-
a story, and Kingpin was in it. I thought they underutilized him, but
I think the expectations are so low now that was pretty decent in my opinion. But
It opens up the doors for some cool stuff going forward. We're gonna have Fisk as the mayor. I assume that's gonna carry with a Daredevil. Are we gonna get Luke Cage coming back too?
From what's been said, all the Marvel or all the Netflix Marvel actors, even potentially what's his face, may be making returns. So,
Okay.
yeah, even though nobody wants that Iron Fist back, but I think what may end up happening is they may like shuffle him off very quickly and transfer the Iron Fist onto somebody else pretty quickly. But yeah, there's even mention that Finn, whatever his name is, might be coming back as well.
they don't. I mean, they don't need that character right now.
No, I mean they don't. But I mean, again,
there's so many other stories they can tell without him that it's far from like we have to have him.
I
and
think
we have
for
to
the-
change him over. You know what I mean?
I think it's more of a continuity issue. They're like, if we bring back 2 of them, we have to bring back all 3 because it's like, where the hell is he at?
Well, they don't have. They just have to not include him at all. Don't have to bring it up.
I mean, yeah. Are
I mean,
Luke and Jessica
for long
gonna have
enough
their
that people
baby
don't
or
fucking
what?
care.
Luke and Jessica gonna have their baby for the show or what?
So they didn't seem to be gelling like that by the time we got to Luke Cage, season 2? And
I think there's only 2 seasons, right?
and Jessica
For
Jones.
Defenders.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, his season takes place after Defenders. Yeah, I want to say his second season takes place after Defenders. So,
do you think they just wish they'd never given that to Netflix?
I mean, I think there's a lot to do with the television side of things that were going on at the time that they wish they could back the train up on. I mean, they went hard and heavy on not the Eternals, but the Jesus lives on the dark side of the moon. The wannabe mutants. Why am I blanking on their names?
Humans.
Yeah, the Inhumans. So they went hard and heavy on the Inhumans because they had no idea that they were going to get the X-Men back, and then they got the X-Men back, and they were like, "Fuck the Inhumans." I think there's a lot of stuff. I mean, also too, like you had a scenario where, like Jep Loeb and Feige were clashing with each other, and that's the reason why so many things ended up the way they did. Like they played nicey nice in the very beginning, and then eventually Feige got so powerful that he was like, "Fuck that TV shit," and really because he hated Jep Loeb with all of his heart and soul. And so anything that made that guy successful, he was against.
I saw this. They were talking about on Reddit here. They need like a month ago. They needed Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and then the first comment is merge Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones into one superhero crime drama series and call it Heroes for Hire.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, homeboy who played Luke Cage, the only thing he's got really going on right now is that like Paramount Plus show, or is it Paramount Plus? Evil. So, and I mean, what's her face hasn't done anything. I don't believe like of any noteworthy.
Christian Ritter.
Actually, I take that back. I just saw some news recently that Kristen Ritter is going to be on some TV show coming up pretty soon. I just don't remember what the hell it was.
I think she can keep busy if she wants to.
Yes.
She's already kind of a bitch, so I don't know if I want to have her pregnant during the series. But if they end up with a kid, we can.
Oh yeah, she's going to be in Sonic 3. That's what she's going to be in. That news just came out recently. So,
I mean, he banged her through the wall. It has to happen.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how it plays out, but yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I could do without Danny Rando coming back, or at least that actor.
Nobody's asking for that.
They could have him long lost and do a.
Did he just do like one of those like shots?
Oh,
down the
unfortunately,
road?
Danny died.
Yeah, or like just a shot down the road, like him just walking past somebody, don't even acknowledge it, like
Just barefoot. And
yeah, barefoot. Some barefoot, like curly haired dude.
Are you guys trying to like? I'm trying to figure
Danny
out
Rand
how
died
like
in
all
the
this.
snap and didn't come back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how like all of this is going to come together, right? Because the first like phases 1, 2, and 3, all of them connected, and like and they were all important. Even the one shots and things like that, they all connected. And
do they have to connect anymore though?
I mean, they do.
Man, I think it's important. Like, why am I going to go see? Why am I invested in this show, right? And when back then,
it's Daredevil.
I hear you.
It's nostalgia.
But like,
I mean, maybe it'll just be a good show, and you'll watch it because of. I mean, because think about it. Why'd you watch any of the Netflix stuff? It was good television. Like, because they had written them off after their first season. Like, they mentioned a newspaper headline of the event in New York, and that was about as much connectivity you had to Netflix at that point.
Yeah, we'll see. People are already.
Yeah, I mean, you can just do standalone stuff and it be good.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
And you can do shit stuff and it be shit.
I mean, Moon Knight was standalone, right? Theoretically, I mean, it was
pretty much.
I mean, it's not. It could have been better, but I mean,
Moon Knight was terrible, bro.
I mean, it's just because it wasn't a lot of Moon Knight in there, and if they do a second series on Moon Knight, it should be all Moon Knight, right? Like,
I don't think everything has to tie together to everything else. I mean, if they're going to bring it into continuity, they have to have at least some explanation of what's going on. But beyond that,
well, I mean, that's the whole concept that Marvel Spotlight was created for. Like, this whole new sub imprint it is meant to be something that you can drop in on, that you don't need to have a whole lot of. But they excuse my language, they fucked it up with Echo because they went with a character that you had to have watched the other thing for it to make any goddamn sense. But Marvel Spotlight was meant to be this thing in the same vein as what we got out of Werewolf by Night, where it's like you don't need any other context other than what you are watching for this to make sense. And Marvel can't get out of their own fucking way sometimes, and that's what ruined Echo. They were like, oh, but let's spoon feed you. Like, for the first 20 minutes of the episode, everything that happened with Echo prior to this,
right,
and her connections to the Kingpin, and instead of just letting the audience just, figure it the fuck out if they didn't see it. But yeah, I mean, and as far as how it all connects, the belief is that, so if you watch Echo, is that Echo's first run-in with Daredevil took place in the old Netflix world. Like, she was just some random one-off person that he ran into and fought and moved on about his business. And that everything that's taking place now is, fast forward, 6 or 7 years from the events of the last point in that we saw them, because this would be post-snap and everything. And who knows what Daredevil was doing during the time of the snap, if he even snapped to begin with. So we're 7 years, we're at least 7 years removed from the events of the last season of Daredevil Netflix.
Yeah.
That would be my speculation. So,
okay. So we got this toy, is it comic book, I guess, based on King Spot Comics animated series, I guess. So, seems okay, I guess. I mean, they did for people like we weren't familiar with King Spot Comics.
Is that a print on demand, like Raising Dion?
No, they're not print on demand. Like, they actually do, to my knowledge, like have printed books. I've run into them at shows before. You can apparently still get this for $5.99. So anybody who feels like there's money to be made on it, I'll drop it into the chat. But but yeah, there is. So let's see. From the creators of Sumerian Paranormal Hitman, it now in development series for whatever channel that is. Wacky new all-age series toy follows the adventures of Rockledge's greatest inventor toy as he and his pals deal with the evil Lily Buttercup and her gang of goons. So this is straight kids animation. None of us would have ever paid attention to this. So
Is it kids animation or is it going to be like Cartoon Network?
Oh, there you go. Look at our boy Emmett. King Spy usually does all political parody books, Trump's Titan, and so forth.
yeah, X Liefeld was another one of their things. So
Yeah, look at you.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
there you go. Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat too, but you can get it for. Let me get this off the way.
yeah,
There's
you need all the covers apparently. Covers
Let's
A
go.
covers A through F with the retailer incentive being $20.
I'm buying them all. When you get there.
Tread lightly, my friends. Tread lightly.
So let's just look, see what Mario parody one, just so we can see all the covers because everybody loves this stuff. On the Run, version of Hollow Foil, blank sketch, and then retailer incentive. My money would probably be on the Super Mario parody, or
Yeah.
I mean, these King Spot creators are usually at San Diego. I've seen them at Heroes Con before, so they're not hard to get your hands on. You know, the actual folks who wrote and, you know,
Yeah, you might
Drew-
catch them at
Drew's-
MegaCon.
yeah.
that's all I got for the old news. So
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, like these last couple of weeks have been. Oh, we didn't talk about the actual the Thunderbolts of it.
oh yeah,
Yeah, like we now have our century again.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw
From
that.
that Amazon show. No, the Apple show.
Yeah.
Lessons in Chemistry.
yeah. He's been in other
It's
stuff
Bill
too.
Pullman, kid.
Yep. I'm trying to think of what else I've seen him in. But he's been in some other stuff too.
who was the new guy? What's his name?
Lewis Pullman.
Oh, Lewis.
I mean, it's not a done deal, but it's like all the rumors are floating around at this point. He is the top choice to replace Stephen Yeun. And since we all know that Stephen Yeun was playing, you know, Century, then ergo, this is our new Century. Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
was Bob from
Yeah.
Top Gun.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
remember
that's
that.
Bill Pullman's son, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I watched that Lessons in Chemistry with my wife, and I spent a long time going, why do I know that guy? What is? Then I realized it was his voice, and I'm like, oh, it's Pullman.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I really enjoyed him he was the piece, like the one piece of levity and quite a bit of Top Gun Maverick. Apparently there's some bad times at the El Royale. I have to go back and rewatch that because I don't remember him in it. And I mean, he looks more typically the part of the century. Like, I mean, blondish hair, light eyes. Like, I mean, and I think you could probably put the size on.
Yeah,
Because,
he
I mean,
looks like the right build to build.
Yeah. I mean, you put that marble machine behind it, you can put muscle on anybody.
I mean,
So,
Stephen Yeun could have got bulked up too.
I mean, shit, they put muscle on Camille Nanjiani. Like they can buff up anybody if they need to. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's pretty got a good frame already. I mean, that's legit.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't against the Stephen Yeun casting, but I feel like this will like shut people the hell up. So
I'm excited for this too. X97. I'm super pumped. I just hope it's good. I guess
When's that coming out?
soon. I think
yeah, they keep dropping more and more little stuff from it. Like, there's
plays and stuff.
production stills of the characters now have come out recently. So
March 24th, they're saying maybe.
Okay, I could get behind that.
Cool. So we got Century. We talked about that. I don't know. Maybe we're all caught up. I mean, we'll leave some stuff for the next.
I mean, it's been 3 weeks, and I feel like I've been sick for 1.5 of them, so I don't remember anything.
yeah, I think that's probably everything at this point. So yeah. It's market report it is.
Let's go.
So this was, I don't know, I just found a lot of oddball stuff this week, so, just going to have to deal with it. First appearance of Valkyrie, which also is a Dave Stevens
Oh.
homages it much later. Cool book, decent grade, looks well. So thought that was a sweet book that somebody snagged from Blizzard. This one like blew my mind. I don't think I've seen a high grade of it in a long time. The 457 newsstand second printing.
This is the Sean book.
Now, I know it is. I don't know that I've seen a high grade one. Have you, Sean?
You're on mute, John. Sean.
Sean, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Yeah. So I think they made I need to recheck the census because for a while they had some like 9.8s and 9.6s when mine came out. So if you guys don't know, I bought this book for like $2 on mycomicshop.com. Just like sight unseen, I knew it was second print. And like these books, I could sell the newsstands at auction for like $10 on eBay. So just something I'd always flip. I never thought I'd get one of these. So just it just bought a second print. So it just showed up one day. So I got a 7.5 on it and sold it for $1,200.
Really?
Yeah.
When was
it? Was
that?
great. Straight $2 book. This was years ago.
Yeah, it was like
really sold. I didn't realize it was that high.
Because there was only at the time, I think it was maybe the second highest on the census.
So maybe it's slowly filling in and
it's probably slowly filling in. I mean, I probably
people have to find them after so much time.
Yeah, and they do, but they don't know which one they're looking for. It's got to say the new Robin issue, and it's got to have the barcode with the date on it, and like this does, obviously. And so it's got to be newsstand and second print. So this is really tough. I mean, there's a Robin second print newsstand, Robin #1. Also, people just don't talk about it or know about it. There's a 9.8 up for like $1,000, which is really tough. Just there's books like this that people don't talk about. And this was at one time people only thought there was like 7 copies of this thing or something.
I mean,
and that's when I somehow got it in the mail, pressed it and graded it 7.5 and good old So it was like, and then so I checked the census and there was something like 396s or something like that.
So
and, like not that long after that, there was
once the money comes in.
So this is what it is nowadays, ladies and gents. 398s.
Okay.
699, so 85. So I mean, a lot of people found them. Like Sean was like one of the first to unload it, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, "Oh, let me go check my 457s I've been picking up."
Yeah, as soon as when mine wasn't like the second or whatever, and there was no 9.8, second highest. I checked the census. Like I basically took I had it up for something. I mean, not the $1,200 isn't kind of ridiculous, but like I had it for for like 3 or something like that for a 7.5. Yeah, did you buy it from me, Dennis?
Probably.
Well, the thing too is
so I did that, and as soon as I saw the high grades hit, and then I heard, I don't know if they took them down, but some of those high grades were incorrect.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. It was somebody on one of these shows that told me that. I don't know why I just went fuzzy, but so I was like, okay, $1,200. I was like, I'm in.
Well, it's kind of like that Sandman 75 second print. Like it's rare, and then all of a sudden it's not. So you got to get out at the right time.
Well, and the thing too is like Sean was buying these. So like this is when my comic shop wasn't doing what they were doing, like scans on things. You would just buy them if you just saw them, right? Like they were.
No, they did scans,
but
not $2 books that they listed as fine, very fine.
Yeah.
Even now, man, they've got books. I have books that like I'll consign that they grade highly, and that I've raw one, just probably something that's like 9.0 or something like that. Just not quite enough where I'm gonna grade, and I just want to send a pile of books that are high enough for them to consign, because they're gonna say that they're not gonna take anything under like 50. They'll take any slabs you have now. It's really easy, but so they're gonna stuff like that. They don't always even scan the back.
Yeah.
So now you can get the front, but not the back. And I'm like, especially on these Marvel books, which is, obviously the last 10 years of Marvel is something that I've resold more than anything else. And you need to see the back on those things, dude. It's more important than the front. That's where all the color rub's at. Yeah. The color rub's is coming off on the board. It's not coming off on the bag. So anyway, but with these, I just buy them sight unseen. And I wasn't even hoping for this to be. That's not why I bought it. I used to do well at auctions with them. When I'd run auctions, I'd run 40 or 50 books, and I always make sure that I run some names in there. Lower grade books, just even if I'm just gonna break even or something. So I'd always make a few bucks on one of these, and there we go. We got lucky. And that was one of my better flips, especially sight unseen. So, anyway, yeah, 1800. That's a good amount. I haven't checked GPU. That's a good amount if that's the right
That's what
price.
I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
All right. Cool for Zeta book. Decent grade. The picture's bad, but there's a corner kind of chunk missing, but overall looks nice. One of his few horror covers. So cool book. This is one of How the Mighty Have Fallen. 9.6 partial sketch. Black Panther. This at one point was about the hottest book on the planet.
Yep.
Dude, that's rough, man.
Do we think we're gonna see Shuri again?
We will, but I don't think the character will. I don't think the character will stay Black Panther. I mean, because we got a handful of movies. I think we're going to get 2 or 3 Avengers movies before this phase is all said and done. Or not this phase, but this saga. And I think that will be one of the characters that gets soft rebooted when they complete Secret Wars. So
yeah, that storyline just got destroyed, and that's unfortunate.
I mean, I think they realized that people weren't as upset about that. What people were like, they had a knee-jerk reaction because that's again what Marvel was good for. Is oh man, something happened. We need to respond to it before we've even thought it all the way through. And so this was the same scenario with the death of Chadwick Boseman. And then people were like, well, you probably should have recast the character. And even people from my community, the Black community being like, well, it's kind of shitty that you ended this character's stories. Like, we wanted more of T'Challa. Like, Chadwick Boseman died. T'Challa didn't die. Like, we should have gotten more T'Challa stories. We would have appreciated that. And so I think they were realizing, oh, we kind of fucked up. And they're probably going to undo that with Secret Wars.
Yeah, I mean, he did such a phenomenal job that it's hard. It's real hard, and
True, but I mean, you could have brought in. I mean, there's so many other actors young Black actors in that age range, who could step up and take the mantle. That it wasn't necessary to end it. I mean, hell, we're about to see it probably now with either Coleman Domingo or John David Washington taking over Kang's role. So
it's not the same thing.
I mean, true, but it's. Those actors could have done the job.
Honestly, if they just would have paused a little longer, probably wouldn't accept it. Like, they just should have given it more time.
Yeah.
Kick it back 2 years and people would have thought it through, but they they went. I think you're right. The initial reaction was, damn, holy shit. And if they would have just given it, would have pushed this project back a few years.
I think
it wasn't. It wasn't consequential to the rest of the stories, was it?
I think they were ultimately friends, and I think they had built relationships, and I think it being seared into them, being that close to it, and they weren't putting on their business hats, and I think that it was more personal. And I think it was a personal decision rather than a business decision.
You're not wrong in that. I think, like the people who were close to it couldn't see past their own how it personally impacted them. And so, like, what's name was like, I can't do that. I just won't do this movie with this character, without Chadwick. And, other people felt probably a certain type of way about coming back and doing it without him. And I think, if they had just taken more time, had, really some time to actually grieve and deal with it, then they could have probably have come to the conclusion that the character needed to continue on. So,
well, I think you're right, though. This is one of those characters that Secret Wars will open back up, and because the other characters are going to be a slightly harder reboot.
Yeah,
Iron Man is going to be a tough reboot no matter what you do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they can't keep a Shuri around. I don't really think it needs to be what's her face anymore, but you can keep a Shuri around and also have a T'Challa exist. We've seen it before with there being 2 Black Panthers simultaneously in the comics. It has happened. So
yeah, I think it. Whatever. I don't know. I don't think this character will ever be as hot as it was for a minute.
No, not at
But
all.
also, I don't think this book was dependent on just Shuri. Because this book was hard as hell to find, and people, people love this cover
Well, it's
for
like
a very
the,
long time with the everybody collects the artist and everything like that. So I
But
don't.
like
Oh,
the
is it
sidelight
that?
book,
It had
right?
This wasn't
20
character.
money.
This
It did
wasn't
everything.
character dependent.
It's like that
But
sidelight.
it helped, of course. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean. It's not
This
just
one was
it's not
ticking
spec on
so many
art.
boxes at the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, still should be. Fuck.
It is. It's just the market came down. It's a little easier to get. The money isn't as crazy at the moment. I mean, not a bad time to pick one up if you want one. Honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
think it's going to get a lot cheaper.
For sure.
I don't know if it gets cheaper at all. Honestly, shit, it's a tough book.
I was watching this book.
Dave Stevens cover. I know. It was on Cover Price's list a couple weeks ago because it had a good sale. So there's been a few sales on this book. It's not my favorite Stevens cover by far, but can't pass up a good Stevens 9/8. Let's see. I haven't seen one of these in a minute.
Damn, dude, I almost want a raw for like $310.
Right? I didn't think this was a bad price because this is not one that it does not
No.
fluctuate on anything else
That's
other
tough.
than random luck. Because there's enough J. Scott Campbell fans that want one, and they are fucking tough to come by.
What's he hiding? Is it fucking Green Label or something?
I don't think so. I think it just is a bad cut on how I cut the picture.
No,
Maybe.
but it's even in thumbnails.
Oh, you're right. I don't know. I don't think. Oh, it says it's signed, so maybe it is.
I can look.
I mean, it's been signed a long time ago. You can tell.
Could be a Green Label.
1998. That predates CGC.
Yeah.
So-
So it could be Green Label.
It's absolutely probably gonna be a green label.
Mhm.
I don't know if it says signed in 98. I think it just the book was 98, right?
Yeah, true.
It could be green. That may be why they're not showing it. Good point, Sean.
Which
Still.
I just don't understand that logic. It's like, are you really just hoping that you're just gonna get over on somebody? Like, like
They can run it.
Was it $3.95? No, they didn't. No, so if I go back, hold on a second. This is actual.
It's Blizzard. He didn't do that.
No, yeah. So this is actual.
oh yeah,
Yeah, so it's nice. Okay.
So he did it back in
Oh,
07
wow.
at Wizard World Chicago.
So I think it just okay.
Damn,
I
yellow
was gonna say I
label
didn't notice
too,
it was
and it's
Blizzard.
sold
I was
for
gonna
under
That's a
400
good. That's a
bucks?
fucking good buy. I'm surprised from
Wizard.
a seller like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I just
somebody
think
should have noticed that.
I just think it just random, it's right after New Year, it's slow times, it's
Yeah.
People haven't got the tax
football
money yet.
weekend. All these things going on. It's a terrible time to auction, but the Blizzard auctions every week, so there's
Yeah.
always a terrible time. Where was I was gonna just because we talked.
I mean, also too, let's be real about it. Like, if you're moving the volume that he's moving, like you're getting these books for potentially as low as 25 to 50% of market value.
Did I not send you one, Dino?
Which one are you looking for?
Hold on, I'm looking because only because we were talking Green Label, it really linked. So hold on, I bet I missed it.
If you send it in the chat, I'll just bring it up on the screen. No big deal.
I'm looking. Huh, maybe I didn't send it. Maybe I will send it to you. Hold on, give me a second. I must have just missed it. This one.
Look at this. Look how fast we do things.
Look at this high tech.
Dang.
This
So-
is. I only picked this up because of our friend Mel V,
Yeah.
who loves himself some Faust.
Yes.
I wasn't even aware of this book. It just kind of caught my eye because it was a unique visual. But first appearance of Faust, 9/8 qualified by Vigil. I assume signed back when it was done because it was an inside signature.
Yep. We're not. He made 1,000 of these too.
Yeah, limited to 1,000. I mean, I don't even know what Faust print run is. It's not much more. It's a pretty obscure book, but man, people that love it love it. Just the art and his style. I saw him once at Baltimore, and I went through the the sketches and the books, and I'm like, Whoa. There's some intensity to it.
I mean, I follow him on Instagram. Like, so keep in mind, Instagram, not Twitter, where you can just do whatever the hell you want to. Like the stuff he posts on Instagram, like it's good to be up for maybe 24 hours before somebody has reported it, and he gets pulled down and he has to censor it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, he likes himself some dicks and tits and all the stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it was a cool book I've never heard of. I mean, and I live in the world of obscure a lot of times, and this was like, oh, well, add this to the database, and Melvy's probably crying about it. So, all right, you can pull that down, Dino. This is just a cool book that I love every time I see. Green tone, gray tone with the zombies. Not a super crazy hard book, but a cool one. Looks really nice colors on this one. Bright red, good greens. Good deal. Got a Flintstones. I know Dino loves him some cartoon books.
Let's go. I mean, and that's a VG fine for $8.76 too, man.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough book, and though I mean again, these all cartoon books are tough because nobody knows when's the audience dead,
and they're all destroyed too. Like mine, I got for $2. It's like destroyed. I mean, destroyed.
Did I not do the other one? Jeez,
you're killing me with this.
I don't know. Somewhere there was the first appearance of the Chipmunks floating around.
Oh, I got up there. I'm sorry.
Wait, did I skip it?
No, I fucked it up. Hold on one second. I'll put it on here. It didn't open for some reason. Here. It's uploading. This one?
Yeah.
I don't know why this one didn't upload.
I had never actually looked at this one, and I just I had seen the Flintstones, and this one popped up next, probably because it never sells for over my threshold of like $200 on an auction. But since it was a 5.0 graded, which who knows who graded it, it was very amusing to me just because even looking at the outfits, they're not the traditional outfits. It was just
the eyes look all colored in.
Yeah, it's just an interesting thing. Like they've got jackets instead of their sweatshirts, and I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting book that, all right, who knew?
Yeah, when you're looking through the Dell section.
It was one I didn't even think I knew existed. You know what I mean? So, let's see. This one was for you, Dino.
Yep.
Robert Engold, 9.8, beautiful cover.
$600. Great.
And if you're a horror fan, this is a great book.
And a one bidder too.
Yeah. This was you would not know this is a valuable book in the bin other than you just kind of got attracted to the colors, but man, it is gorgeous. It's got the green that you see in the dolphin book. It's got the purple background. I could see why it's worth money, but you could pass this up 100 times and not think about it.
Yeah. I mean, is there any Silver Age DC romance that isn't worth money, honestly, at this point?
I think it's varying degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some that are, worth a few bucks, $50, $20, but then there's some other ones that are like, oh. And I think this one, this is one that I don't buy romance books anymore because I'm trying to stay focused on stuff, but I do really like this one. It's my color palette. Another cool book, Randomness. I love every time I see the Jeep comic. Nice dark colors, looks good. Says it's a 4.5. Good looking 4.5 in my opinion. Not a lot of crap around it. This is a tough book. I did own one at one point.
I love this book.
Good amount of money on it. Tough to find. I don't think I've ever seen anything above a 5. It's just one of those obscure titles with a cool cover that just tough to find. So somebody's probably thrilled to get that 4.0.
Yeah.
A couple more fun ones. I happen to see fan favorite, The Rifleman.
Yes.
Who doesn't love a little wood innuendo joke amongst friends? When the market's not doing anything exciting, you got to just find fun books, don't you?
Yeah.
Sable 19. This is an early Hughes book. You can tell
Respectable.
he's not hit
Yeah.
he's not hit his vibe yet. It's not his quite signature style, but if you're a Hughes fan, I don't think you're going to find a ton of 9.8 Sables of first comics. Those have been in the quarter to 10-cent bins for decades.
Right.
Like the people, those are the ones that dealers throw away because they get tired of moving them. Power Rangers still stand pretty strong with a 9.4. Happen to see this book, one of my favorites. It's definitely down. I think at one point it was pushing $500-$600.
That's what I thought too. 600. I mean, 315s.
I think I bought in the first time around 300, and then I sold around 6.
I think I had a 600 sale during the COVID era.
Yeah, I think I sold out around 6 because I'm like, this is too high. So I almost think about buying back in at 3. I may. A Frazetta book, Tally Ho, #1, his first professional work. The original artwork to this cover actually just recently sold. I don't know if that I caught the number on it, but I just thought that was a random cool. Decent price, $500. I see there's a CBCS 5.0 for sale for like $1,300, which I used to own, but I keep looking at. But I don't think I'd buy a book back I've already owned the copy of, or the actual copy of. It would throw me off a big way. And then this was just a cool piece that I'm like, damn, if you just want a piece of history, you got Siegel, Schuster, Gaines, Kane. If you were just a historian, that's a cool piece.
That original art sold for $36,000.
Okay. It's out of my market, but it would be a fun piece to have, the Tally Ho.
Dude, I got pretty excited for a second when I saw that because I have one of those in perfect condition.
Oh, this thing?
That I bought years ago. I'm going to go out on, I'm pretty sure I've opened it. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I probably don't have those signatures in there.
No, I mean, that is a who's who of DC, right?
I was like, $400, you can have my shit for $400.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Schuster's tough. I mean, Siegel and Schuster plus Kane. I mean, that is I don't even know who else is in there. I didn't check enough. I should have. There's probably a couple other ones you're like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, this is the true definition of a murderous row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is it. So
And he probably got them for free back in the day too.
yeah, they were free at 76.
Yeah.
I just think it's a sweet book or a sweet item. Especially, I mean, just to get all of those in one thing.
I've been looking
That's
for
awesome.
finger autos, built finger autos. That's tough to get to.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I can't focus my eyes enough to see anymore, but
Yeah, it's okay.
all right, that's all I got.
Uh,
You put it as 3 chip, that's why.
Yeah, I didn't. It should have went at the top though. I don't.
Yeah. I would have put it as Alvin, but
Oh, look
whatever.
at you. I'll go with pickups first, so I can get it out of the way. So my wife's a big Vanderpump Rules fan. If you're
Oh, God.
familiar with the show, so I bought a Tom Sandoval for a shiny $1, even though it says 2. I thought it was funny.
Where do you get such a thing?
At some comic shop or some card shop that Brian's like, these guys owe me some money because I traded in some books. So I just like, oh, let's see what I can find. So I found that, but I bought this a little Hutch rookie ticket auto,
Okay.
like $40. So
That's
All right.
cool.
Wow.
Definitely cool.
it's not numbered, but I mean, it's so cool. I'm sure he'll be in the Hall of Fame soon. So I went to this antique store. It's a like brass armadillo down there, and it's like kind of like every other antique store. It's got like a second story on top, but it's like the outer walls are only the second story. It doesn't cover the whole floor, and then they have like a bunch of cases, and you got to call somebody with the bell, and they come over.
Yeah.
So these are my pickups. We all remember this book. Hood, you remember this book?
Oh yeah.
Got it
That's
for
the second print.
$3.
Nice.
No, it's not the second print, but $3. So
Nakayama.
I picked this up. Just a Perez, Nova one, $4. Who cares? I picked this up. I knew it was kind of rare. It's kind of beat, but the little arrow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like $100 book. I didn't know. I got it for $10.
Score.
Yeah, that's my score of the week. We'll save this one because I bought this on eBay. It's a little Black Cat Western Golden Age stuff.
Okay.
$40.
All right.
$40, I guess. I don't know. $40.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that one. This other Black Cat stuff I got. He had them all, had them for 40. I'm like, dude, I'll just take them all. I didn't even care. So that was $40 one.
You didn't get the Halloween cover, did you?
Negative.
Oh, okay.
I got this one, little $40 book. I mean, at this point, who cares, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice run. Nice character.
I got this for $30. It's not as expensive as I thought it was. It's a little Baker cover,
Okay.
Nice.
but it's worth 40. So I mean, I thought for Baker it'd be.
You take a gamble.
I bought this on eBay for. Let me check this. I got it for very cheap, considering a low price of $41.04 from our buddies at Sparkle City Comics.
Okay.
They didn't ship it that decently. I mean, they put it in a cardboard, but they only kind of tagged the end, so it was kind of like moving around. But
Yeah.
a little Spawn Japanese 10 with a Tom McFarlane signature on it
That's
It's
cool.
freaking Cool.
for $40. I mean, fuck, I was like, who gives?
That's badass,
yeah.
dude.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, so it's
I've never
It's
seen it, but
awesome. Can I see
Yeah.
that again?
yeah, it's all fucked on the corners and stuff. But I mean, it's a thick ass fucking book too. So
Dude, wait, did you buy it? Have it shipped, or did you find it here?
no, I shipped it. It was just eBay. I just was looking through Todd McFarlane's signatures and stuff, and I mean, for a McFarlane signature for $40, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
gives a shit.
On a unique item.
yeah, you're good.
It'd be cool if he'd signed it in Japanese, dude.
Yeah, right.
Badass.
The fuck is he doing? No, but I got that when it was in the mail when I was in Arizona, and it didn't get to me until I came back home. I mean, I thought it was a good deal. I mean, $40. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's Spawn Japanese a big thing, but I mean, I just got it from the McFarlane signature.
Hey, why
That's
not? It's
Throw it
badass.
in the back or something. So that's my lovely pickups. I didn't get too much. I mean, I was out there. Did see a lot of deals. But
All right.
okay, well, let's go you, because you want to go.
Oh, I mean, so the only thing that I have is I just dropped a book into the private chat. It's unfortunately it's already off to the auction house.
I can't see that. It won't for some reason.
Why don't you pull up in the private chat?
Yeah, it's not working.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Oh, okay. I got it in the other chat.
Yes.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah. So everybody remembers when I bought all those X-Men books. So this was one that had a Stan Lee signature on it. So I sent it off to CBCS to be verified. It came back that it was legit. So yeah, 3.5, second appearance of the Blob. It will pop up at some point in the next month or two on Golden's, one of either Golden's weekly auctions, or this might make it to the Elite. I think it meets the threshold financially.
What did it cost to get it graded, my man?
Let me tell you. So I think grand total I was out because I had them clean it also because I just wanted to get it gone. So I think I was out grand total of $125.
Oh, that's not bad.
So let me see. CBCS.
I wonder, like, do you know how many times he signed that number 7? Because that's a thing,
No idea, honestly. And again, it's not something that CDC keeps good records of, and CBCS damn sure doesn't. But yeah, I don't think there's a good way of figuring that out, unfortunately.
No.
But yeah, so let me double check though. But I want to say I was out $125 for this order. Yep, $125, including the pressing and pressing, grading, and shipping back to me. So
They
I
have
think
66 on the.
$160 or $100.60. So
That's not bad.
No.
That's
Yeah,
what I
so-
need. Oh, I'll sell it to you, dude. I don't care. Just talk to me. Yeah, for a Japanese runner spawn. I'll buy it.
but yeah, so that's
Hey,
really
if you want that
only-
arrow, that's your sale too, man.
But yeah, this is the only thing that I've had new that's coming in. I've got a Razzie win that'll be here at some point. So,
and that's good for a 3.5. It looks great.
yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't pay for Stanley's signature. We weren't even paying attention to it. I think I asked the dude, I was like, "Oh, this book's got Stanley's signature on it." He said, "Oh," and he could care less. So I was like, "Cool, I will gladly take it."
Cool.
That's the thing. Other than the font of CBCS, like the clarity on it's almost like museum glass. That's kind of how it looks, man. They've really done a great job with their slabs.
Yeah, the labels are just trash. So
Yeah.
Sean,
Yep.
you got a lot of slabs there, brother.
Oh yeah. So I got some slabs back. I'm not gonna show them all. Plus, I sold some because you can get them listed so quickly because they give you the scans now. So I did some of these. I did custom labels. So here I grabbed so there's the X-Men 4 Newsy.
Oh
The
yeah.
old Jim
Look
Lee.
at that. That looks
Yeah.
great.
So I sent 3 of these in. The 2 are regular 9/8. Those were sold in like 2 seconds. So did this. Or this didn't sell, but I'm getting offers on Watchers, so I'm holding tight a little more to this one because it's worth about twice as much. Oh, so that one's good. Good old Secret Wars 8 9.8 with the Spidey cover.
Nice.
So yeah, this is really cool. Yeah, definitely looked like it was new. Went
Beautiful.
ahead and pressed it. These are just books from my closet.
Jesus.
And I was like, fuck it.
The closet collection.
Yeah, well, I'm starting to do my own. Same with this. I'm gonna try to sell it now, but I do think it looks pretty cool with the Daredevil label.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So I like it thrown on that. Plus, he's predominant. I might not have if this was the number 10, which would be your second appearance, I guess. But I might not have gone with it. But with that, so this is one of those grade books, because it would instack because it's newsstand.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I went with that. This is so old. I think it was an F5 book.
Yeah. Scotty Reagan special.
Yeah, dude. So that's in there, and I was just like, whatever, man. Cleaned it up, pressed it, and put the Spidey label on there. Some of these end up looking pretty cool. I got the Wolverine label on this guy. Again, these are just old like $3 to $5 books that I've just bought over the years, and some work out. You can open them up, you're like, shit, nothing wrong with this, or I can fix it. This one I actually think turned out absolutely great.
Oh my god!
Because of the sky, the double skyline with the New York there.
Yeah.
So actually, I think this one. I mean, the Secret Wars is great, but it's kind of the same picture, which I still think is cool. But this is just the way it's sort of just he's swinging away and then swinging towards you and works like that. So I threw this one up for
almost like color match
a lot. Man. Yeah, it's almost color match, and it's like these are at least the last few sales have been at least $600 on these too.
Yeah,
that one seems to be ticking up again.
Yeah, it's good timing. Same. This just missed. Of course, the one that's worth a little more, but I added the Wolverine label to that. Thought it was pretty cool. And then the costumes are pretty close. Felt the same. This more closet books. I don't know. I like the Wolverine stuff that they have there.
Yeah, that label makes it pop, Sean.
Yeah, I do. I like them. I like some of the choices right now, and they come and go through those things. So if you guys maybe want to check out what they have, because they don't always have them available. Like there weren't any Invincible labels, so I just got back 9.9 of the John Boy, and I actually got other 9.9s in these books last year, and John Boy actually bought another 9.9 from me. And I didn't know it was him, so I printed the label, and that was pretty cool. So we had a little back and forth on eBay because I actually really like his work. Yeah. This one's cool. El Increíble Hulk.
Yeah.
This is the Spanish. There's only 3 graded copies of this. This, a 9.8 and a 9.4.
How'd you pick up a Spanish?
International Josh's Whatnot sale about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I was like, I looked at the census and I'm like, oh, this doesn't exist. I threw it for like $500 on eBay, and I got one watcher, and like, I don't know, nobody looks at it.
Whatever you get, you'll be happy probably.
There's 6 spots left in a current Raz. If anybody wants some Spider Ham,
How much
So-
extra is a custom label? Do you remember?
$5.
$5? Yeah, that's right.
$5, but they have to be in their own order. So, like, say you're sending 20 books, you can't pick 10 for custom and 10 for regular. It'll automatically separate it on your order sheet, and so you have to pay separate shipping. So, yeah, so that's, I don't know, you know what I mean?
If you're gonna do it, do a
that's the only
bunch of them.
difference. Yeah. So anyway, I'd love this book. It'd been there forever, and I said I might as well grade it. But then, of course, I'm fucking already selling it. What else we got? I got like 3 of these. So these are the lenticular 3D reprint here from Bottleneck Group. This came out last year. There's 10s on the census and stuff. Kind of pissed off because there's some orders you can get 9. These are a couple different. Some orders you can get 9/8, and there's getting out more 9/9s. There's 9/9s and 10s in this. There's zero reason this should not be a 10. There's 3 of them that they couldn't put one of them a 10. And they close up like or 9/9. Just treat 9/8 as like their lazy grading day.
The guy didn't know. The grader didn't know they have 10s.
Yeah, because and this also there's no way to do this justice on the camera here. It like actually kind of looks 3D. It's really cool, and it's literally flawless. They came in its own bag. I pulled it out, basically I dusted it off, put it in a different bag and board. So this is flawless. I mean, I'm not gonna. And anyway, I sold 2 of the 3. These have sold quick. This is only 292 or only 298 to this. Good old Darkwing Duck. Disney Afternoon. I don't know, man. It was just in my box. It was flawless. These used to sell for like $100. But then people run out of them on eBay and they don't know any difference. They put them for $10, and then you still see that one listing for $200, and you're like, and I'm all first printing comic book. That's Tim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You already know which comics for sale.
Hey,
online.
but you know what? If Tim's put it 200 up, you can put this one up for 3.
Yeah. Oh, dude, 9/8, dude. Trust me, it's going on. All yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I like Darkwing. This is Disney Afternoon. I think it went to like 11/9. This is one of the final issues. This is the direct. If it was Newsan, I'd be dumb. Ask like 800, probably get like 7 for some reason. Yeah. So that's it. There are a few more, but these are the only ones that are like kind of cool. So check out Big Leg eBay, and some of these are on there if you're interested in any of them. And then hit me up and don't buy it off eBay. Or you can, but I won't
You
complain.
be stupid too.
But what's the least you'll take for the Adam Hughes Supergirl, bro?
I don't know. I just had Pete Cass ask me for it.
That's PC.
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 Yeah,
I'm seeing it there, and like I've been thinking the last 20 minutes, like, do I pull the fucking trigger, man?
Oh, you can pull the trigger on that asking price.
I literally, I said, man, I'm closing this shit out right now, dude.
You know, those stereotypes, look, man.
And I'm looking
It'll
at
get
Leg's
you.
face, and I go, I'm about to pull the trigger just to see what he'll say, dude.
And then cancel on them.
leave the camera on me, Dino.
There's only, it's funny. There's only a handful of books I say I won't sell, and usually most of those I change my mind. But that's one I've kept a copy of.
It's just I got shit going on.
Yeah.
Your other TMT.
Yeah, hit
Listen,
me up solo.
I've sold
Okay,
shit
you.
way rarer, Sean. It's okay.
Yeah,
Mine just got sentimental value.
I can find that. I wonder what I know. Trey got offered. I want to say 5 for his 9.9, but it was just because he had just showed it somewhere. He doesn't really sell stuff, but
I'm pretty sure I've offered him 5 for it at points.
Yeah, he's got
And he's never
Our
really
friend
serious.
has a CBCS 9.9.
He's never
of
serious
the
about selling
Supergirl
it.
Legion of Superheroes.
I
Yeah.
gotta pick up.
Also,
He
custom labels. I'm going to say I do believe they sell for more, but they have to match to me. Like
Yeah.
they don't have to be identical like the Spidey or the Jim Lee
make
X-Men,
sense.
but like if it's just a way off, like I wouldn't put that particular Wolverine logo on like a Hulk 180 or 181 or something like that. Like they've got to be somewhere in the same genre
Like
to
when
me.
you put a black suit Spidey on a regular Spidey, what are you doing?
Yeah, something like that wouldn't. It's not what I would. It's just nothing.
Or
that I
Venom
would
on a
do.
regular Spider-Man cover, and Venom's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, you gotta have it. Yeah, it's kind of what I said with the Daredevil. If it would have been the Daredevil 10, I wouldn't have done the label. But because he's on there, and I like the way the colors match up, I did. I literally I'll hold him up to the screen to see and blow it up as best as I can from the CGC site to see if I'm going to do it or not. And they sell for more money. They sell for more than $5 more, pretty much every time. So they are desirable, and I do like them. So
I picked this one up.
nice.
Oliver Copiel.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty hard to find variant and high grade, so there's not that many on the census in 9.8. So
All right.
it's kind of a long short book here. And then I went to an antique store and I found this.
Let's go.
Nice.
It's really Stan Lee did the writing. His name is in about 5 pages where you see Stan Lee.
Nice.
And it was just like overkill. Look, okay.
That's
And
how he
then
does it.
I found some Dallas Cowboy cheerleader packs
Boo. No.
from
Sorry, what?
1981, bro.
That's sick, dude.
Look at this dish.
I got the
dish
Debbie
rack.
Does Dallas comic. Same thing.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
dude. Like, bro. She looks like she's all
Wild.
coked out or something, dude.
Definitely.
No,
And
people just weren't fat back then.
look at that, bro.
It's because they were on diet pills and coke.
Yeah, right.
It was like $5 a pack. I was just like, I'll take 1 pack.
I thought you were gonna
Are
show
they,
your
how big are those?
They're pretty big, dude. Look.
8.5 by
Wild.
11. I don't know. It looked bigger.
Again, 1981, and it was made by Topps. And I was like, all right.
You just
know?
wanted to rip a pack.
Yeah. And I was
I
like,
thought you were gonna show your Tim Duncan Punisher book.
oh, man, I have those put up, dude. I can go get them.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I just thought I was going.
Yeah, I picked up one where I guess it was this lady I was dealing with out of San Antonio, and it had other Tim Duncan, like Sports Illustrated, and I'm like, man, I don't think this lady knows what she has. It was autographed by Chiodo, and I mean that's a hard to find. I already have a 9.8. I'll probably send that to CBCS,
Cool.
but at first I thought it was autographed by Duncan, and I was like, fuck, but oh well, I only paid a couple of $100, so. But it was worth it. I mean, that book is already pretty much a borderline ghost. There's not that many.
We didn't mention that SI is dead or dying or.
Oh yeah.
I mean, who's reading Sports Illustrated anyways? At least on the physical side.
You know what was funny? Vinny had covered, like Vinny picked up OG Sports Illustrated before it was owned by Time Life, and he was actually covering the amount of times that a different publisher had picked up Sports Illustrated. And it was funny, like a week later, like they fired their whole staff, and like I'm sure it'll get picked up somehow, but their whole strategy will probably change. I think it was bi-weekly, right?
Yeah.
I think or they'll go to monthly, or who knows,
Funny.
but like I can't imagine not having a Sports Illustrated.
But I feel bad for you. Those are the pictures the last time the Cowboys won a playoff game.
No shit, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, why are the Cowboys called America's team?
Why is that?
They're at home watching the playoffs like the rest of us.
Dang. Hey, Lions were there, and then they weren't.
Bro, football's fixed, bro. Come on.
Oh boy.
Oh man!
Steelers are
Speaking
that
of
way,
things
too.
that died, I just saw a post that MetaZoo is dead. Not that I bought any, but if anybody did, I'm sorry.
Well, Taylor Swift is now determining the Super Bowl champion, man.
Hey,
you know?
she's gonna be the commissioner after Goodell.
I don't want to hear her name anymore.
I know, right? Just getting sick of it.
Oh,
Why does anybody care? It doesn't
Nobody
matter.
cares.
Queefs and Niners? It could have been worse.
Man, like
Oh, look at our girl. Drugstore baby. Look at that.
It was
Juicy.
actually my
That's
least
juicy.
favorite of the possible matchups. I didn't really want.
I think the Lions could, if had they gotten by the Niners, they could have won the whole goddamn thing, man.
That's
It just
not-
is like it.
They
Just,
already beat. Yeah, they beat.
it
the
feels like
Chiefs
the chalk
already, man.
picks from the thing.
And now the Chiefs get to go work out in the Raiders facility for 2 weeks. and then have Super Bowl home court. Okay, so that's too much for me. Can we not?
You going to Vegas?
What to kill?
I mean,
people? Oh,
I don't know. I just hang out.
no,
Close.
I can't imagine all that. Oh my god, the two least most disgusting fan bases I don't want to deal with. No.
Okay, would you have went if the Lions would have been there?
I don't know, but I would have considered it comparatively.
Yeah.
I still remember when we were in Baltimore and Sean shot that video when Baltimore got their ass kicked and he's just going, "Oh man, they got their
Look at all these fans walking out of the stadium.
Anything,
this game's not even over. There's time left in this game. The Bengals.
he said, "Where are these fans going?"
Dude, I think I walked all the way back to the convention center.
Oh my god! And everybody's just like looking at Big Leg, like, shut up.
For
It's
me,
also the game that Sleepy passed out at or during.
So
We had to unload his books and drop them off at his house.
So it was, dude. It was great. I love the stadium. It's just a shame that the MVP didn't look like the MVP. But
yeah,
man, that was wild. It looked like he had never played football before, bro.
Honestly, I don't think the coaches helped him, man. The play call was shit.
Yeah.
Best rushing offense there is, and in the end, like complete, run the ball, run with him. He had a couple. He had a couple plays himself, but like any of the design runs, they weren't there. They would completely went away from running the ball, and that's not who they are.
Hey, bro, that guy that
they weren't down that much. You know what I mean?
The guy that dove in the end zone and just dropped the football.
Bateman,
bro,
or Flowers.
Yeah, Flowers. He just nobody hit him. He just
dropped. No. That was Snead. Snead or Reeds came through and hit him. It was on the replay. Hit him with a
he got hit
fist at the end. It was like at the half-yard line. Hit him with a fist and knocked him.
And they had to score from there because he was flexing. He'd spun the ball on dude's head and was flexing on him.
He flexed on him, dude.
Yeah, I mean, Travis Kelce does it every single fucking catch.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they were roughing Kelce the whole game too. It was crazy. Joe Burrow. Did you see Joe Burrow? Joe Burrow was like, "Let him talk." Like, what the fuck's the problem? Like. All right, boys. Tomorrow, hopefully, Mr. Carter will return, and we can do a little the peasant view of Flipside on Tuesdays. Comic Shop Talk was on. I put it on Saturday, but you can go see that. That's a great episode. A lot of comments, a lot of good comments, a lot of people saying that they really like that stuff. So we'll get the numbers up on that stuff.
Nice.
Just hanging out and doing things. So.
Hey, y'all should watch Griselda on Netflix. It's pretty good, dude.
I've heard it.
I'm going to, but whatever you do, don't Google what she actually looks like.
Dude, I was going to say the same thing. Not remotely, not even the same fucking person. But
no,
okay,
yeah.
dude.
Her kid, one of her kids, came out and said that he was pretty disappointed that Sophia Vergara made her mom look ugly. and I'm like, have you seen a picture of your mom?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure reality made your mom look ugly. I'm sorry.
I was like, I know you love your mom, but she's fucking ugly, right?
I've been sucked into the verse of Wild Card, which is like the cheesiest. Here, I'll put it on the screen. The cheesiest goddamn. It's like cop and like con. Oh, dude, it's the cheesiest shit. But I'm sucked in hard on this.
Oh, you see a good show?
Not really. It's just like he's like a cop who like was an undercover. I was an undercover cop. Now he's on boat patrol or some crazy shit, and she's like a con artist and. She got caught by them, and she has to work with them, kind of like White Collar back in the day.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I'm a sucker for it. It's
I will say a good one to watch. I actually legitimately like blitzed through the episode from last night, right before the show. It's the new season of True Detective. Like it.
I heard it was getting good.
I saw the first 2 episodes.
I saw the first one, and I'm pretty excited.
Yeah,
so
man.
It just keeps going up and up the attendance. So
yeah, it is. If you were a fan of the first season, it's definitely harkening back to that first season of True Detective because season 2 was a big what the fuck moment.
Yeah.
Season 3 was solid, but still wasn't season 1. And this is definitely getting back to the glory days of True Detective. So definitely, it's a worthwhile watch.
So I don't have Max anymore, but Tokyo Vice is coming back in February, I think. So I was a big fan of that show. It was.
Are they on episode 3 now, Chris?
Yeah, episode 3 dropped on Sunday.
Okay.
Nice.
So definitely a good watch.
You should hold on. I don't want that. There's I want to see if anybody gets this. Ignore the last thing I post in our Google chat.
Yeah.
It was the one I just posted. The second one I posted, not my reply. See, I want to see if anybody gets that.
Oh, the pink.
Yeah,
Okay. I just want to make sure we're doing the same thing. This one.
yeah. This is a True Detective season. I would write. Have any of you guys seen this?
No, I have not.
It's called the Greasy Strangler.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
All right, look up the Greasy Strangler
Oh.
and.
I'm gonna get kicked off of YouTube for this. No, I'm joking.
Oh, I mean, no, but it's if you like ridiculous, just it is the most. There's not there. It's not be the most ridiculous movie I've ever seen.
It's on Prime. Freebie. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. It is just yeah. If you don't want to be gross,
Michael St. Michael's.
dude, it's a lot and it's wonderful.
Look at people. I'm enjoying
You're not
it.
prepared. If you guys watch this, you're not prepared for this thing, dude.
Okay.
Nice.
Comedy horror, man.
Yeah, have to give it a shot. See what it's all about.
Yeah, I was like maybe I was like maybe Chris. I
was
will
no
see on
fun.
this one, or no, maybe Chris had seen it because he's seen a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, everybody, we're gonna kill it, and then we appreciate it. We'll be back hopefully next Monday, right? Z, we're back next Monday.
I think so.
One piece though, shameless self-promotion.
I forgot.
If anybody wants any X-Men, like low number graded X-Men as low as 6, but most of the major first appearances from like 6 to like 107. I've got auctions running till Sunday at 9:30 Eastern time of next week. So you can get your first Banshee, first Havoc, first Polaris, first
Nice.
Sunfire. Like, yeah, if it happened in the 60s and early 70s, it probably got put up there. So feel free to make a go at them. All started as 99-cent auctions. So have at them.
Remember not to start auctions next Sunday, everyone.
Yeah, no, don't do that next Sunday. But yeah, nobody's watching the Pro Bowl, so by all means.
It's a skills challenge. Skills challenge now.
Skills challenge.
Yeah, skills challenge.
Flag football. That's finest.
Yeah, flag football, bro. That's some serious shit now.
Okay. All right, guys. We appreciate it. We'll head out, and we appreciate everybody, and we'll see you next.